Well, our old friend, Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, attacked.
Abolishment of the agency. ICE cannot be reformed. It cannot be rehabilitated. We must abolish ICE for good. And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment. I don't know.
Oh my God. Oh my God, he sprayed something on her.
I need a napkin to know nothing. No, we will continue.
No. Ilhan, you need to go get checked.
No, we will continue.
Let's break that down a little bit, shall we? Attacked just as she finished saying that Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment. Interesting timing. Attacker waited till she finished that, huh? On Tuesday, the brother lover was holding a town hall about the protests against ICE operations being held in her district to distract everyone from the rampant fraud going on. And she was suddenly attacked, and I'm going to use air quotes this whole time, by a guy sitting in the front row or very near her. Interesting. A guy they mysteriously spent a lot of time showing as he took a sip from his water bottle. That same guy then attacks Ilhan Omar with a mysterious liquid. Interesting. So just days ago, new disclosures show Ilhan Omar went from $42 in her bank account to $25 million in one single year. And that's the New York Post saying it. Just 2 days ago, Ilhan Omar's wine business is exposed as possibly fake, making her $5 million. And then on Tuesday, Ilhan Omar gets attacked on camera. Question. Was there a red MAGA hat? And did he yell, attacker, yell out, this is MAGA country, Juicy Smollett? As we're just asking the questions here, and we're just here with receipts, because here's a question. Let me just start by saying the obvious. No public figure of any kind, no politician of any kind, regardless of political affiliation or opinion, should ever be attacked for any reason whatsoever. We don't condone any of the violence, ever, any kind. Now, to the question at hand. Picture this. You're a congresswoman, and you're not just any congresswoman, but you're a member of the so-called squad, and you've said some pretty fiery and controversial things recently. A little something like this.
Our country should be more fearful of white men across our country, because they are actually causing most of the deaths within this country.
No, I mean, Ilhan Omar has said a lot of pretty fiery things.
It is hard to imagine anything more un-American than that. The Trump administration's immigration policy is a threat to immigrants like criminals. America is too great to fall prey to Donald Trump's anti-immigrant agenda.
These people are just idiots. I really, I'm at the point where it's become really hard to have an intellectual debate with any of these people, because the level of stupidity that they are displaying every single day is frankly embarrassing, not just in Congress, but as Americans.
No, I'm saying Ilhan Omar has leveled some attacks on the American people, too.
You'll have people who say you shouldn't have a Muslim in Congress. I have First Amendment protection to practice whatever religion I want.
There is a lot of hate in this country for Muslims. There's a lot of hate in this country for black people, especially black women. And there is a lot of hate, severe hate for immigrants. And so I fit them all.
CARE was founded after 9/11. Because they recognized that some people did something.
So after saying some pretty controversial things, a sitting congresswoman is at an event where an unknown man gets up and sprays an unknown liquid on her. She then bravely runs towards him without reflexive safety reaction at all, as most people would do as a high-level politician. Any human being would probably do that. They'd recoil, find out what was in their face, and run off and maybe wash it out. But no, she goes to tune him up as her security gets there without any concern for her own safety. Then, instead of taking her to a hospital to get her checked out regarding this unknown liquid, she continues her speech as if nothing happened. Why didn't she care about what was sprayed on her face? How did she know it wasn't harmful? we just went through, I don't know, a pandemic with very, very viral things, right? She goes right back to speaking. Very interesting, right? Anyone else, I don't know, I guess that anyone else think that's a bit odd? I do. And of course, fellow Squadster AOC comes out with this nonsense. I'm quoting AOC, quote, "It is not a coincidence that after days of President Trump and VP Vance putting Representative Omar in their crosshairs with slanderous public attacks, she gets assaulted at her own town hall. Thank God she's okay. If they want leaders to take down the temperature, they need to look in the mirror," says one of the faces of the party of violence, which day in and day out uses disgusting and slanderous rhetoric comparing Republicans to Nazis to incite attacks. Remember, we're Nazis, we're Gestapo, Hitler references. Also, I'm just here asking these questions. But the attackers' kids seem to appear like they lean to the left. Very interesting. That's the attackers' kids. Just looking at what's out there for the public consumption and just asking the questions, folks. Also, seems like maybe there was a glance over to the attacker before he attacked. Maybe, just maybe, I don't know. Asking the questions. Hold on. Let's check on the Congresswoman.
No, I've survived war, and I'm definitely going to survive intimidation and whatever these people think they can throw at me, because I'm built that way. Thank you.
She's survived war, folks. Ilhan gets built differently, I guess, willing to marry a brother to come to the United States, the country she hates, to do everything she can to support her former countrymen and women, and the needs of illegals above the citizens of her own country, even her own district, that now protects her and where she holds high political office in a country that lets her run her mouth and say disgusting things whenever she wants. Ilhan Omar attacked. Man sprays mystery substance on her. She doesn't run or wipe it away or react, in fact, at all. She runs towards him. Interesting. Only thing missing is the man wasn't wearing a MAGA hat. Right, lefties? And by the way, that mystery liquid, apple cider vinegar, folks. Can't make it up. We'll be back 2.5 minutes.